Let's move on to our final topic for the day. Now, we discuss efforts the government is planning to bring down the prices of goods and services. The Federal Competition and Consumers Protection Commission, FCCPC, has appealed to stakeholders in the production and distribution value chain of the economy to complement the crusade to curb price fixing and other unethical practices. FCCPC boss Tunji Bello made the call while addressing captains of large and small-scale industries, leaders of market associations, transport operators, and service providers at a town hall meeting hosted by the Commission. According to him, the meeting was necessitated by startling discoveries made by the Commission during a nationwide survey. The FCCPC initiative is coming at a time when Nigerians are experiencing sharp increases in prices of food items and transportation costs across the country. While acknowledging that the exchange rate and the increase in petrol price make the old prices unsustainable, Bello, however, frowned at disproportionate increases in the prices of food items, which he said are often perpetrated by cartels to exploit consumers. And of course, Section 17 of the FCCPC Act empowers the Commission to eliminate anti-competitive practices, misleading, unfair, deceptive, or unconscionable marketing, trading, and business practices. It prescribes sanctions, including a fine of up to 10 million naira and a jail term of 3 years for anyone found guilty by the court. That was quite elaborate right there. Nelson, let's quickly, round off by, with this particular, situation. The Federal Competition and Consumers Protection Commission seeks partnership with traders, to curb consumers' exploitation. Can this approach yield any result in the face of the current economic crisis?
I believe strongly that dare to try, dare to win. The agency under Mr. Tunji Bello, we must commend it for embarking on a democratic, method of addressing this challenge. Because as we speak, you and I, if you have taken the pain to do a survey, you buy a product at 10 a.m. for 10 naira, you go back at 10:30 a.m. That same product within a range of 30 minutes has become 15 naira, and you are wondering how come. Exactly. So that's unethical practices. That arbitrary increase by, business interests, like you call it cartel, is very, very much responsible for the arbitrary hike in price of goods and services. And you can see, even just last week, the Ogun State government banned all sorts of levies in the market, that it is responsible for taking the price of goods and services beyond the reach of the common man. At our own level, even though we understand that the economic indices are not favorable, the unwholesome practices by business interests, by profiteers, at the expense of the generality of the Nigerian people, is also playing a big factor. So, taking this to the production and distribution chain by the FCCPC, I think it's a step in the right direction, because I watched the engagement, and they made the vice chairman made it known, that's Mr. Tunji Bello, made it known to them that they are going to open up a channel where they can collaborate, where they can be the eyes and the ears of every one of us. So I think it's a step in the right direction. All
right, a step in the right direction. Just as quickly, the FCCPC discovered that some traders form cartels in the markets and put barriers in form of ridiculous membership fees intended to ensure price fixing in the market. Anybody who doesn't comply is not given an opportunity to sell in that market. And how did we allow this gangsterism to creep into our market systems? And when you look at the whole situation, people tend to blame the government for everything. But here we are within ourselves, making life difficult for us.
Okay, for me, I think it's very, very unfortunate. Ordinarily, I would have gone against everything cartel. But again, the Nigerian state itself is in a cartel. One popular cartel that it is in is called OPEC. And it's trying to use that to protect its interests. But I feel that that's where it should start and stop. Because if cartels are allowed to continue to the natural, organic market, nobody is going to survive it. We're going to have a situation where we are in Robert Mugabe's Zimbabwe or this person's Venezuela, Maduro's Venezuela, where you have a wheelbarrow of currency can even buy you a loaf of bread.
Before we go, you are a legal practitioner. It appears people not being prosecuted continues to perpetrate a lot of these evil.
100%.
What do we do to stop it, at least reduce it to the barest minimum?
100%. The heads of such associations can be taken to the cleaners by FCCPC. They can be made as examples, because I'm one that will always advocate for the fact that in criminal procedure, if you pass any law that has punitive value, you must use people as examples. It's impossible for any nation to prosecute everybody that flouts a law, because no country can imprison 1% of its population. Maybe Iceland can, because their total population is 300,000, and let them just create a place for 30,000 people. Right. But Nigeria is 200 plus million, and the maximum in our gulags is less than 90,000. So we just need to use 1 or 2 persons as examples and deterrents to discourage any other person from towing any of such inimical lines.
Thank you very much. Nelson, in 5 seconds, can Nigeria work?
Absolutely. I believe absolutely. We have the will.
I believe too. Yes. Do you believe?
100%.
If we do the right things.
That's why
we do the right things. Thank you so much. Of course, I've been speaking with Justice Ojeno, a legal practitioner right here. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And of course, our policy analyst, Nelson Ekujimi.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very
All
right. Now, that's our show for today. Remember, you can follow the conversation on our social media platforms at TVC News NG or on our website at tvcnews.tv. I am Marco Tabo. Until next week, goodbye.